Broadcasting live, it's Cream Pie Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
And now for your hosts, give it up for Josh and Rick.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, friends. Welcome to the last... Should I do that again? No, we can just roll that. That's fine. Welcome to the last regularly scheduled episode of CPS. My name is Josh, and with me, as always, is the Sultan of Cream himself, Rick. Slick Rick. What a year, man.
What a year, man. Yeah, so in case you guys haven't noticed, you have not noticed, this is the last pod.
Yep.
At least the last planned pod. So we wanted to keep it a secret till the very last episode. Keep the flame going until it was time to put her out. But yeah, it's just we're adults. We have to make adult decisions, and sometimes it's giving up a podcast to pursue your dreams, and that's all right.
Yeah.
One cream ends where another cream starts. That's the way I see it.
Yep, perpetual cream. Yeah, man. It was good. I mean, yeah, it's weird. It's gonna be weird to because it's just a part of the schedule. So it's gonna be like the first Sunday where, although I guess the past few weeks it is kind of like less on my mind, where it's like, oh shit, that's right, I gotta do the podcast tomorrow, Yeah. Because at first you prioritize and you adjust your life accordingly, I guess. And it's not easy, man, being busy and having to do a talk for an hour every single week, Mm-hmm. It is, and then, get everything ready to get uploaded. I mean, it's not like we're just podcasters. We have fucking jobs and shit,
I mean, for all the 10 people that watch our weekly podcast, you probably noticed that the promos haven't been as consistent, but it got to the point. We made this call, like a month ago? Like right after Thanksgiving?
Think so, yeah.
Think so? Yeah, we were like, all right, we'll go through episode 52, and then we'll get the last one for the last day of the year. So this will come out on the 31st.
Yep.
Josh put together a very dope recap of the year. So that'll come out the same day this comes out, and you guys should go check it out because it's the documentary that you didn't know you needed to see. It's pretty sweet.
It is, man. So, took fucking forever to fucking siphon through all those clips. Thank God for fucking keywords on, and thank God for YouTube transcripts. That's how I found everything. Do the fucking read the full transcript. Man, it's so funny when you look at our transcripts on YouTube for an episode. It's like they don't print swear words, in the transcript, so it's just a line, and it's just littered with lines, So
I think when we first started it was, at least for me, it was kind of like, all right, how do we put this together? Because we started back in December of last year, and then I think we only did one try through, kind of like one sample, and then we released the first one. Yeah, dry run. Yeah, we released the first one over in January 1st, but at least for me, my involvement really started picking up around episode 20 when we started doing the video pods. But before that, we had the no contexts. It's kind of weird to think that was even a thing because we haven't done them for the last like 8 months,
I know. Yeah. No, the thing it evolved over the year. I guess it pretty much stayed the same after we did the video. We haven't changed much since then, but there were a few phases, Yeah,
the no context was fun. Obviously the podcast is what it is, but I mean, especially at the start, I had a wire that didn't work very well. So if you've seen any of the early episodes, it's like I just drop out. You can't hear exactly what I'm saying at all. It was a pain in the ass. So, I mean, I invested in new lights. I got new audio equipment and just to make sure we could do this. I mean, I got a blue screen. I got a green screen now that I can use for other projects. So I'm all excited that, I mean, big picture is this is all an experiment, just to see if we could do it and just get it done. And I think it's a big accomplishment for us. So I'm going to kiss our own asses if I could reach. And give us a little smooch on the cheek there. I think we did pretty good, J-Man.
I think so too.
I got some statistics to give you that I ran on the ride back from New York today.
Oh, really?
So as of today, we have 300 videos on YouTube under the podcast.
Total?
So combined with this one and then another promo, I think there's a couple more. So we'll average out. I think it's like 304, 305, something like that. But that's 300 times I press upload to YouTube. If not even more, because there'd be the ones where I'd upload it and be like a minute and 2 seconds for a promo, and it would screw the whole thing up. So I'd have to go back, re-edit it, and then upload it again. Yeah. But we have 69 subscribers over the 1 year. That's nothing perfect. To really
we win
brag about, but I think it's a perfect number.
It is perfect number. Fuck yeah.
See what else? Oh, we hit 40,000 views today. So that was the view count. A lot of those were driven by the shorts, but I mean, view's a view, man. I'll take it, you know?
Yep.
So as far as just the podcasts are concerned, we had over 2,800 minutes, which is about 47 hours of podcast material. That's a lot of you, me, and Dr. Cream up here. Just that's a long time, man. That's enough to incriminate us 10 times over. You know, so
yeah. Oh, we're definitely on an FBI watch list now. You and I both for the next 10 years. Yeah, you know, they're not really keen on the whole free speech thing these days anymore.
No,
especially if it's comedy. So you could literally start the fucking like on episode 1 right now, and you could listen to you and me talk for 2 days straight.
Yep,
that's insane.
That's a lot, man.
They should do that for fucking Guantanamo Bay, just for torture, just to listen to these two assholes.
Just like have their eyelids pried open, just like spraying in their eyes, just watching podcasts. The first 20 episodes are nothing except for our graphic.
Yeah.
I think for us, or at least for me, it was at the beginning, it was like a lot of work just to figure out how to do it. There was a good swing, like right in the middle, like probably like episodes 30 through 40, where like we had the video down, we had the audio down, we had the content down. I think we were really in our groove around then. Especially some of the specials, like the 4th of July special. I think that was pretty good. I think all the specials are pretty nice. The Halloween, the Thanksgiving, the Christmas, I think those all kind of stand out as pretty special little ones.
Yeah, I agree, man. I definitely agree.
But with fun comes work, and that's part of the reason why we're throwing in the creamsicle, because this takes us about an hour and a half every Sunday, or give or take a day.
Yep.
Today's Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then how long would it take you to do the audio? Like 2 hours, 3 hours?
Yeah, it depends on the week. The specials, when I do a lot of sound effects and shit, those take a few hours, usually.
Yeah, because then the video, it would take me bare minimum 5 to 6 hours.
Yep.
Just to do that. But a lot of it's just watching through it to make sure I don't say anything stupid. But and then
nothing
doing
too
it
bad
that way. Yeah. Well, yeah, it became work, and it wasn't as fun because it's like you said, we would structure our weekend around the podcast. I would leave places early Sunday so I could get home and do the pod, which with anything you got to sacrifice. But I mean, I was talking about it with Emily earlier. It's like, it's going to be weird to go a week without doing a podcast. I mean, I've been on my editor very consistent this year, you know, just doing this kind of stuff. I'm sure you spent a lot of time in FL this year, maybe not any more than you've spent in the past, but quite a bit.
Definitely don't work on music anymore. It's just for the podcast now, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh yeah. Big time. A lot of time in this room up here, you know, looking at my neighbors. My neighbor's watching me through the window, wondering what the fuck I do. If it's an OnlyFans thing or something, who knows? Yeah.
I mean, we said what we said. We did what we did. I think it's nothing to shake a stick at. I think that's what the kids say nowadays. No cap on, for real, for real.
I've heard the kids say that.
Yeah, they probably said that. But no, man, it's just it's sad that it's coming to an end. But I'm grateful for the work that we put into it. I think it's something to be proud of.
Yeah.
It'll be nice when people ask me if I do a podcast. I can say no. I've done a podcast. I don't spend 7 hours a week now doing it, but
yeah,
you know, is what it is.
Who knows, man? It's good. It's a good practice, you know. And I'm doing, you know, I'm gonna stick to comedy. I got to do a roast tonight, so trying to get my jokes together for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some good zingers. I'm excited. We'll see how it goes because usually when I feel too confident, it doesn't go well for some reason. And I feel pretty good about it. So I wish I was more nervous. Usually the nervous sets are the good ones. You know?
You come off as cocky almost.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because you know it's going to land.
It's almost like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Just I know when I think it's going to go well, it never does. So I'm hoping I start to get more nervous. But I've got some good singers. I'm excited. But yeah, man, I'll probably end up doing some sort of project that is strictly comedy. Maybe I'll do my own thing, my own podcast in the future. I don't know when it'll be. I have no plans, you know?
Yeah.
But something that I can do to promote comedy exclusively, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say brand, you know, because it's gross to say, but I do need to start getting better at building my own brand, you know?
You need people to identify you online. That's the struggle of it, dude. Yeah, I get it.
It sucks. You can't do anything anymore without fucking posting on something. And I don't like posting. I don't like social media. I spend too much time on it, but, you know, I don't like posting shit.
Yeah, I think I spend definitely a majority of my time sharing the podcast and sharing videos and stuff. But
yeah,
it's weird because the podcast, this is the most consistent year I've ever had of making video content was this year. I've put out so 300 for the podcast and then like another, I think 28 videos on my own personal YouTube, something like that.
Yep.
So, but that's probably a milestone I'll never achieve again. That's a lot of fucking clicks, dude. It's a lot of uploading.
Yeah, I wish we could see a time lapse of just you in your basement. You know what I mean?
All year, just having it run in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
Yeah.
Just be a blur. Just be a blur of jizz and red beards.
So out of the 33 video podcasts, I never wore the same shirt twice.
Really?
Yeah.
I definitely
every Sunday I'd wake up and I'd scroll through my YouTube and look like, all right, what shirt can I wear today? And that's how I got away with it.
Damn, you own more than 50 shirts?
Well, there was only 33 video podcasts.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Yeah.
Damn, I think I
got this
own
one
like
for Christmas
9
yesterday,
shirts.
so that's how I'm rocking this.
What's that say?
Drink local.
Oh, nice.
It's got like a little New Hampshire for the letter.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's a good name for a brewery. Local, because that'd be funny. You know?
Yeah. I think for me, it's just going to be just wrap up projects I've been working on. I mean, I've got half of a new metal rap project out. I have that Crash project that you're helping me with. I've got a documentary that I want to do on some guy that lived in my parents' house because he was like murdered in cold blood. So I thought that would be cool.
Really?
Yeah. He was the founder of Cold Fusion Energy. He built my parents' house. And
he lived like with your parents?
No, he lived in my parents' house before we moved there.
In fucking Pembroke?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, he built the house.
Wow.
Yeah, so he made Cold Fusion Energy. His book is Fire from Ice. It was all about free energy and basically all that kind of stuff. And
that's interesting.
He had some guy just roll up on him in his driveway and cap him, and he like beat the shit out of him, and he killed him in his driveway, which is kind of suspicious if you ask me. But
yeah, what was this guy involved in?
I don't know. I mean, he's free energy. That's kind of a big no-no.
You think it was the gas company? You think it was like one of these big oil tycoons fucking sent somebody?
BP Oil just sent a goon to his driveway to murder him in cold blood. I don't know.
Was he murdered? Wait, was he murdered at your house?
No. He was murdered. I think it was Connecticut or Rhode Island or something.
Oh,
somewhere in New England.
So he lived in your parents' house at one point, but he didn't like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He built it
the
and then
house.
moved. Built it and then moved. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
So I made a documentary in college. It's like 5 or 10 minutes long, and it was just kind of using some interviews of him talking about his findings and all that kind of crap on YouTube. And I thought it was kind of cool, but I think it would be sweet to do an even longer, like just type in Eugene Malev on YouTube, go through all the interviews he's had, go through all of his, critics saying stuff about what he's discovered, and
what's up with Eugene?
Kind of some kind of a tinfoil hat type video.
You should make like a conspiracy video, like one of those crazy ones that they put on the History Channel at 2 a.m. Just like, there's rumors that Eugene was part alien, you know, something crazy.
Yeah. You know, the Pilgrims were part alien.
Yeah. Why is it Eugene? Why is it every person named Eugene has to be smart? You ever meet like a dumb Eugene? It's like a notoriously smart guy name. Am I right?
Wasn't Eugene from Hey Arnold? Wasn't that the redheaded kid that always like had a broken arm or would always get injured? Wasn't that Eugene?
Maybe.
You don't remember?
No.
His head was shaped like a bong. He had like a round head and then like a skinny forehead and then like little poofy red hair on top.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Nerds always get hurt, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Still could be a genius. Yeah. Fucking nerds.
I'll find something to fill my time. I got more than enough going on, but yeah, it'll be weird. Once this is done uploading and I'll look at it one last time, I'll sign out of the YouTube account and I'll let it sleep.
Let her sleep, and then you can always go back and listen to something. I remember like there's so many things all those hours, you know. It's like going back and getting the clips for the video that we're going to drop after this. It's like there's so many things I forgot about, you know?
Yeah.
And it makes me think how many things I forget about in my normal life, too. Because the podcast is just 1 hour a week.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how many hours are in a week, you know?
I mean, that's the thing. Anything significant that happened in our lives this year has been documented. We definitely would bring it up on the podcast. I mean, every week I get up, I might as well fucking rip this off here. I have a little cheat sheet that I would write all my notes on, and I would erase it when it gets full, and then I would retape it. But yeah, man, this is how I kept straight doing the podcast, is just writing all this shit down.
Yeah, I often would like write notes and put them like right there next to my camera too.
Yeah.
You know, I guess I didn't put them in front of you. I put them in front of the camera more, but yeah. Oh yeah. Secrets out. Cat's out of the bag. Cream's out of the bag. The boys use notes.
Cream's out of the bag.
It's not all off the dome. Now you know that our clever wit is not all improv. Our super hilarious, fast wittiness.
Well, sometimes it would keep us on track, but I mean, I just wrote down 20 things and I just went through like 18 of them in the first 10 minutes, so I'm kind of fucked here.
It's all right. We're only 15 minutes in.
I don't know. I thought that just talking about the pod, talking about the year of growth, the year of cream. This is definitely the year of the cream, 100%.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's it goes without saying. It's. I think we've had some solid quotes over the year. The cream rises to the top, obviously.
Indeed.
Stay creamy. That was the tagline in all of the pods.
Yeah.
We were the cream forefathers. You dug that up in your video. It's just
a lot of clips.
It's funny, man. Just watching the video you put together, it's like it's really a blast from the past. I mean, even though it's 6 months ago, it's just cool to see. I think it's pretty neat. It's the little cherry on top of the cream here.
Yeah, you got to see me grow a beard in real time. This is the first video podcast I don't have a beard.
Yeah, I was gonna say that you're not babyface. You got like 5 o'clock shadow, but yeah, you grew up in front of us, J-Man.
Yeah, it's my first beard I've ever had for more than like a month. Yeah.
And
it's not easy.
We could always check out the podcast like 6 months from now and be like, oh shit, now we have 100,000 views. Like things could happen. I doubt they will.
Know.
Because it's not going to be new content. It's just going to be out there just existing. But I still think it's a little timestamp.
Yeah, man. We'll go back in 10 years and be like, Jesus Christ, we were fucking retarded. That's usually how it goes for me. I look at my old stuff and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
No, it's fun, man. It was supposed to be a comedy thing anyways. So not to be taken seriously, just a couple boys hanging out talking. Being goofy, that was the whole idea.
For me, it just kept me consistent. It forced me to be creative every week. Did you get anything out of the podcast? Do you think it helped you with your comedy? Do you think it helped with just conversation?
I definitely came up with a few bits on the podcast that I did for a while. A few jokes. Yeah, there's definitely a few jokes I came up with just from trying to be funny, you know? I looked at the news more, I guess, to see what's going on. Or, you know, I look at that anyways, I guess, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's good practice. I mean, even now we got nothing to talk about. We're just, you know, putting a punctuation mark on this thing, but it is much easier to not have dead air and to talk. It is a skill, because if you listen to like our first few podcasts, they are not good, you know. And then we definitely found our stride a few weeks in, and it got easier and easier. Pull shit out of thin air, make things funny or entertaining. It's definitely one of those things where to become a good broadcaster, I think you have to do it a lot and you have to do it for years, you know?
Yeah.
But I think we're noticeably better at it now. So it's good. It's good.
Before we got into the video stuff, when you would do just the audio, I could tell because you would cut out the dead air and like, because you didn't have to match up to anything.
Right.
And then the first video one came out and it's like, I would go through and I'd have to cut all 4 layers and then slide it over, which isn't a big deal, but
a lot of dead air.
Yeah, we kind of had to figure out like, all right, we got to let it flow a little bit better and kind of have it copacetic.
You don't want to go more than like a second or two of silence. Which, you know,
we should be talking. We should be talking the whole time.
Which we're doing now, second nature. You and I right now. I bet if you look at this whole podcast, you won't find more than a second or two of silence. You know, and we're doing it subconsciously at this point. It is a good skill to not just let things sit.
We've had a lot of practice, man. I mean, even with the green screen shit, like I've gotten pretty good at keying out, and like I have my own little method, and I was almost going to make like a YouTube video on how I make the green screen work the way I do.
Yeah.
Because I figured out how to do it just by Googling, you know, how do I do a podcast? Not how do I do a podcast, but like how do I do a green screen the right way? And then I would watch a bunch of videos, and I stole a bunch of tricks from different people. And
dude. That's how you do it now, man. You don't even need to go to school for shit anymore. It's like I've learned everything on YouTube for everything.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, everything I learned how to do with audio, self-taught. I didn't learn shit from, you know, I never took a class.
Yeah.
I never take a class. You know?
So I was in New York this weekend, and one of Emily's cousins comes by and she goes, "Hey, did you see Will Smith has a new special or has a new movie on Netflix?" I was like, "No." And I'm like, "You mean Eddie Murphy?" She goes, "Oh, was that racist?" I'm like, "Yeah, it was a little racist." Well, Eddie Murphy has a new movie. Will Smith does not.
I think that Will Smith made like some slave movie on Apple TV or something. It was his last movie. After the slap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some movie about being a slave.
But Candy Cane Lane, that was actually pretty good. Pretty good Christmas movie.
Oh, is that the one Eddie Murphy's in?
Yeah.
Who else is in there? Anybody good?
Jillian from Workaholics.
Is that the boss? No, that's the blonde chick, right?
Yeah, that's the ditzy like female coworker.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got David Allen Greer is the Santa Claus. He's the Black Santa.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Blantha?
Which I only know him from. He was the cop from Jumanji. That's the only way I knew him from anything.
I didn't even know there was a cop in Jumanji.
Yeah, the black cop, the one that fed the shoes into the machine at the very beginning of the movie, and it breaks down the conveyor belt. Maybe. You don't remember.
No, I just remembered like the other parts. Remember Robin Williams?
Who?
Robin Williams.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. So how was your Christmas, dude?
It was good, man. We went to New York. It usually is a 3.5 hour drive. Took us like 5.5, so that was a good time.
Yep. Typical.
Just crazy traffic the day before Christmas, really. But I mean, I did,
of course,
3 different rounds of Christmas, and I haven't even done Christmas with my family yet. So
wow,
I'm doing it next weekend.
Yep.
I'm
done with Christmas.
Done?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Christmas party last weekend. Family Christmas party. And then just me and Lita this weekend. We just spent, we didn't do anything. Hung out, had a couple beers. Made a big giant lasagna.
Yeah.
That's sitting in the fridge. I got to portion out and freeze because it all will go bad.
Did you get any sick gifts, dude? Any like Nintendo Switches?
She got me this nice sweater.
Little sweatshirt?
She got me some sneakers, some nice Nikes.
Yeah.
Which would be great because I haven't had brand name workout shoes in about 5 years. She got me Nintendo Switch controllers so we can play together. Because the controller we had was fucked. So that's good. We played Mario all day yesterday, the new Mario game. It's pretty fun. Yeah. No, it was good. It was solid, man. The new cat.
Have you ever done a white elephant?
Yeah. Well, what's the difference between a white elephant and a Yankee swap?
Is that when you pick a present, and if you don't want to pick a present, you can pick somebody else's?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's basically the same thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, we did one last weekend. Or 2 weekends ago, whenever the fuck it was. The family Christmas party.
So I pull this number out of a hat, and there's 13 people, and I picked number 11. I'm like, oh, I'm either going to get something really good, or I'm going to be too far in the line that nobody's going to want to take my shit. So everybody's picking stuff, candles, blankets, little board games, all this shit. Yep. And there's 3 presents left, and one is the one I brought, one is the one that Emily brought, and one is another, just the tiniest box that anybody brought. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So I open up the little one. It's a Funko Pop. It's a Post Malone, but it's signed, and it's like in a special case. What? So it was like a signed Post Malone Funko Pop, and I'm like, oh,
what's a Funko Pop?
Like the little like bobblehead looking guys, like in the square boxes, one of those.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is really dope. So I take out my phone, I take a Snapchat of it, and I'm like, oh, check out what I got for white elephant or whatever.
You didn't know?
I'm sending it to the boys, and then
somebody stole it.
Emily's cousin, this kid who's, I think he's 14, he goes, I'll take Post Malone. And I'm like, fuck. It's like, damn it, dude. Yeah. I was so excited. I was like, this is a really sick gift, dude. It's like, I didn't get candles. I didn't get fucking socks or none of this shit. I got a cool Post Malone thing. And then this 14-year-old, he's like, I'll take Post Malone. And he's like smiling. I'm like, you little bastard. Whatever, dude. That's the way the game is played. So I think I ended up walking away with, I got Emily's gift instead. So I got like a water bottle and a gift card or something. I don't know.
I ended up with a book, Elmer Ellsworth's book, biography.
You're talking about that.
Yeah, which is sick. There's got to be a dollar limit, though, on these things. That's the problem, Because then you end up with somebody like the Post Malone. How much does that cost?
I was told it was around 50, but I would find that hard to believe.
I don't know, man. That seems expensive. That seems like it would be at least a couple $100, wouldn't it?
I mean, the thing itself must cost 20 or 30,
Right.
It's not
so it's an extra 10 to have it signed. Give me a break.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I don't believe that.
But then you get so you get stuck with socks and somebody gets an autograph from a famous person. That's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well. The way she goes, bub. No, I think I don't know how they do it with White Elephant, but number 1's the best because number 1 gets to go back around and pick whichever one they want. They pick first and they get the last switch. That's how you do the Yankee swap.
Well, we went all the way through it and nobody was stealing gifts. So, and then it gets to my turn. I'm like, well, I'm not going to steal anybody else's. And then he stole mine. Yeah. And then they're looking at me. They're like, well, since he stole yours, you can steal somebody else's. I'm like, I'm not playing that game. But in hindsight, I should have done that. She has a male cousin who's like 20 years old or whatever. And he got like a set of candles, like in a giant cardboard box. I should have got the candles. I should have just bit the bullet and just got the candles. Instead of now I have like an 8th fucking water bottle.
So many goddamn water bottles, dude. Everyone has too many of those. Nobody
I have one
them.
next to my bed that I have not opened in easily 9 months, and there's water just sitting in there, probably growing some sort of algae.
You're gonna get drunk and take a sip and just fucking wake up sick as hell.
I'm gonna have like green moss coming out of my gums, just like, oh fuck.
Yeah. Speaking of gross shit, so picked up the kitten, the new cat.
How's that going?
It's going good for the most part. Older cat
shitting everywhere.
Older cat doesn't like him, which is a problem. It's gonna take a while. We'll have to see how she handles it. I think we're gonna go with Ollie as the name. It's a good name, Ollie. Ollie Oxenfree. Yeah. But he has a cold, So there's that. So he's sneezing a lot. You know, cat sneeze like
Yeah.
doing shit like that. And then also he was on antibiotics. He just got neutered too, so he's got stitches. So he had to wear a cone when we brought him home. And he's got the fucking antibiotics, so he's got the shits. So he's got diarrhea. And the problem is, it's not that he's still shits in the litter box. It's fine, right? The problem is sometimes he doesn't make it, and then he steps in it and tracks it around the house. And so I've cleaned up, and it's a horrible smelling diarrhea cat shit too. It's not like it's like it fills the house like
it's not cute diarrhea.
It's a thick scent. It's almost like
I can almost smell it just the way you're describing it.
It lingers. It burns the nostrils, if you will. But it's amazing that a smell that putrid can come from such a small animal. He weighs 3 pounds. He's like this big.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for the guy. It's not his fault, you know. Obviously, he's just a kitten. First of all, he's only 3 months old. So he doesn't know what the fuck's going on. At least he's trying to shit in the litter box. And then, of course, we have to wash it off his paws every time, which is, cats don't like water. So it's a 2-man job. I'm holding him down while Lita scrubs his paws for the second time in one day. I've had to clean up cat shit off the wall and off the fucking carpet and off the floor like 4 or 5 times in the past 4 days.
Yeah.
Every time. He just had his first solid shit this morning. So I think we might be in the clear.
Hallelujah, my friend.
It's a Christmas goddamn miracle, my friend. So it's tough, man. It's tough, and it's tough buying a kitten as a surprise gift. You know? Because you don't know how they're going to take it. You're like, the whole time you're driving home, the cat's like meowing, like, because they're freaked out. And you're like, fuck, did I just make a horrible mistake? Yeah. What am I doing? So, yeah, I don't know. Love the cat. He's a very nice kitten, you know? It's a matter of, and I don't want to, it's tough. It's just tough. It's a lot of work. Yeah. Not as much work as a puppy, obviously. He's pretty independent, but you know, what are you going to do? Do the best I can. Yeah. He's a cute kitten. He's very good natured. He's nice. I'm just worried about the older cat warming up to him, you know?
Is that Nala?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
She would never do anything to hurt him or anything like that. I think she's just scared of him because she's skittish.
Well, he's a little wrecking ball, dude. He's going to do what he's going to do because he doesn't know any better, you know?
He just, as soon as she comes down the stairs, he just stops moving and just looks at her because she's bigger than him. And he's just like, all right. I think he knows his place. Yeah. And then she'll like walk around doing her thing, and then she'll see him and just stare at him, and then like not move like a deer in the headlights. And then she'll walk over to him and realize it's another cat, and then go. But she doesn't get near him. And then she turns around and runs upstairs, and she's like, "Fuck that." You know.
I think the way I've always seen it is dogs are better.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
No, I like dogs. I had a cat when I was like when I was a little kid, and but we had a cat named Peabody because every time I went to the bathroom it would piss all over itself, so they started calling him Peabody. and then I was told I was allergic to cats until I realized I was at a friend's house and I was like, this is a load of shit. I have this cat climbing all over me and I'm fine.
Yeah.
And then I was like 10 and my dad's like, no, you were never allergic to cats. We just told you that when you were a kid so we get rid of ours. It's like, oh, okay. Oh. You blamed it on me, dude.
That's kind of fucked up. I couldn't think of a better excuse than to make it feel like it was your fault.
Like I remember going to people's houses and I'm like, and I'd ask like, oh, do you have a cat here? And they say yes. And I'm like, oh, I'm allergic. And like my parents would be like, they wouldn't say shit, dude.
That's funny. That's fucked.
Whatever.
Yeah. No, they're both good. I like them both. You know, I like dogs and cats. Obviously, I'm a big dog guy. Always had dogs growing up. Cats are cool in their own way, you know? They're more independent. You know, you don't need to walk them, which is nice. They're kind of, you can leave them alone for a day or two and they're cool.
Yeah.
You know, they're good pest control. You'll never have a mouse if you have a cat.
Mm-hmm.
Although
my
our
dogs
fucking
are scared to
cat-
come downstairs to find some mice.
Yeah, yeah,
This is daddy's land down here.
yeah. It's the man cave.
It's funny that you said he would step in his shit after he
Yeah.
would like try to make it to the, because Spalding got sick in the kitchen at her mom's house, and he threw up a lot, and then he
Ooh.
started walking and he was like staggering and he stepped in it, and then there was
Yeah.
like yellow pukey paw prints. So I ran by and I scooped him up with one hand and I threw him in the grass, and he throws up more. But I'm like, I would carry him back inside. I'm like, Emily, you get the paws, but it's kind of funny how like if we're outside and like Otis will roll in his own shit or something, we have to bathe them immediately.
Right, right.
We've gotten down to a like Emily will go, today we have to brush. I'm like, okay. And then I'll just grab Spalding and I'll put him in a chokehold and she'll brush his belly and he'll just
yeah.
And then I'll grab Otis, and Otis is just like, he doesn't care. He's just like such a distinguished gentleman. He's just like, whatever, dude, fuck it. But
Different
then Spalding's
nature,
like, why are you letting him do this to you?
yeah.
It's like, buddy, this works. But yeah, the 2-person tag team, I can understand you holding them down and Lita
It's kinda
wiping them up.
I guess it's a metaphor for being a parent in a way, for like a child, because this cat has no idea what we're doing to him or why we're doing it, but it's for his own good. But in his eyes, he must just think that we're torturing him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He doesn't understand what's going on, but he's like, these fucking giant people took me to their domicile and now they're fucking hosing me down like I'm a slave boy. But really, we're just cleaning the shit off of him. Or like, we have to give him antibiotics. He went through his whole antibiotic cycle, but had to squirt the antibiotic liquid in his mouth. So we got to like hold his head still and like get it into his mouth and squirt it. And he's like freaking out, like trying to like claw his way out. And it must be like fucking waterboarding somebody, you know, like but you know, you got to do it for their own good, you know, got to give him his meds.
Yeah. Like when we clean their ears, especially Spalding, he's got real fuzzy, like real hairy ears. So every time they pluck him, every time he's at the groomers. Yeah. But as soon as you're done, like, cause you have to stick your finger like in their ear and work it around and kind of get in there.
Yeah.
He will sprint away from you and then dive bomb into the couch and rub his head against the back of the couch, flipping all the pillows onto the ground, all the blankets, all the toys. He just like loses his shit for like 2 minutes and then he's fine. But it's just like, he's just so uncomfortable. And then I'm like, Spalding. And he's just like, and then he'll keep going. He's just like, it's funny. Funny little pup.
Yeah. Why do they torture us? You know, it's
for your own good.
It's a weird psychology thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be in the mind of a cat. I wonder what they think. Probably nothing. They probably just think food, shit, food. Oh, string, food, string, want string. Bird.
Do you have a laser pointer?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They lose their shit.
Yeah.
Yep. It's dogs, I guess, have a lot of instinct, but they have a lot of learned behavior too. And you obviously have to train a dog, you know, and you can train a dog. Cats, I feel like, is like 99% instinct. Like you don't have to potty train them. They just shit in the box. They just know. It's bizarre.
Which is nice to know. Yeah.
It is nice because you don't have to potty train them, but it's not like they're taught how to hunt either. They just see something as a kitten. They're like, I want to kill that thing. They just know, you know? Yeah. It's weird.
Probably the cat that I interacted with the most was kind of partly your cat. You remember Phil back in Alabama Street?
Yeah.
Cody's cat.
Yeah, good old Phil.
He would forget to buy food, and then he would just feed him nothing but treats. And you're like, dude, you can't do that. Like, you gotta give him actual food. What are you doing here?
That cat. It wasn't like it was once or twice. It was like one time he didn't have food for 3 days, and I had to go buy it because I'm like, dude, it's animal abuse. You're neglecting.
Yeah, it is.
Especially when you drive past like 9 stores that sell cat food on your way home from work. You know.
Well, in fairness, he could barely wipe it his own ass. So, you know, what kind of responsibility does he have to watch a cat?
Yeah. He just filled a bowl up with those temptation treats. And I'm like, bro, you're supposed to give him like 1 or 2 of these. You know?
Cat's going to have diabetes, dude.
Diabetes.
Diabetes.
This cat's got diabetes. I remember one time Cody had to go to, I don't want to talk shit about Cody,
Nah, it's fine.
very, very much. I love the guy, but he had to go to the hospital once because he ate too much pizza.
Cody did?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he was like, his stomach was in such pain and he was in such agony, and he went to the ER, and he came home and he's like, I just I ate too much pizza. The doctor was like, what did you eat today? And he's like, I had a pizza and a half. And they're like, dude, yeah, your stomach's in knots. You have so much gluten in your stomach right now. But then, because he went to the hospital, he came home in like a hospital gown, like one of those assless hospital gowns. And so he's walking up the stairs completely bare ass because you just going to crash in the cool den. That guy always had an AC going on fucking high and always a humidifier going. So it was like walking into a walk-in refrigerator. Just like a damp walk-in refrigerator.
Cold, wet room with a bunch of fucking... Jesus,
with a bunch of piss jugs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good times, man.
Good times. I don't regret them. That was back when I used to work at DES, and I would come over after work.
Yeah.
I would get out of work at like 2:30, and I'd just come by. We would work on the album, and then I'd just smoke with Cody and Kyle.
Oh yeah.
Rinse and repeat for 6 months.
Yep.
Even yeah, because you guys lived there when I worked at USPS too. So I would drive straight from Manchester and come to you guys.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes
USPS.
I'd walk inside and nobody would be home, and I would just sit in the downstairs and just play PS2, and then I'd wait for somebody to get home.
Yeah. Yeah, good times. Yeah, we did a lot of reminiscing in this podcast too, which is nice. We have a whole episode that basically we talk about high school, which sounds lame, but it's cool. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of high school creamsicle, I think was the name.
Yes. Yep. That was it.
Yeah. It's been a wild ride, man. It really has. I wonder. I'd like to see it. It's too bad they don't show you who views.
Yeah.
I guess you can view it without an account, but I just would want to see who actually listened the whole year. I want to make it
That was the thing. At my wedding, people that you didn't know would walk up to you and say, "Oh, I'm a creamer," and you'd be like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
oh, you're the guy. You're the cream pie guy. I'm like, yeah. I'm like 5 people walked up to me that you're now related to, or that and yeah, that's the thing. I found out a few weeks ago that my aunt listens to it, which is just funny. Yeah. And it's just interesting because I guess she listens to podcasts all day at work. So Cream Pie Sunday will come on and she'll listen to that. So she's been listening to our podcast for weeks, months. I had no idea. It's funny.
Yeah. I remember when I told my dad what it was, and he was just like, I'm like, just don't look it up. Don't listen. I don't need feedback from my own father telling me how I'm wasting my time and
yeah.
Whatever, man.
The best is getting advice from people that have never listened to a podcast in their life. That's the thing. There are so many podcasts where it's 2 buddies hanging out and they talk every week. There's Tuesdays with Stories. There's the other one that Joe List has. There's Come Town used to be a big thing. There's a Tim Dillon show where he just talks by himself. The Chris D'Elia never has anybody. It's just literally him ranting. Bill Burr is just him ranting. Mm-hmm. The Monday Morning Podcast. So there's so many podcasts where they don't have guests and it's just 2 guys hanging out that are majorly successful podcasts. And then my dad's like, yeah, that's the thing is, your podcast isn't really like a podcast because you guys don't have guests. I'm like, I'm just thinking of all these podcasts. He's like, that's the thing. It's, you should try and get some guests on there, or you should try and find a way to show clips. Or I'm like, it's just funny. You get advice from people that don't know what they're talking about.
Let's stay on the podcast topic until we round this thing out. But so all the guests that we had. So we had Novo Heights. We had him twice.
Yeah.
We had Jimbo.
Yeah.
And then we had your buddy Chris.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's it. We only had a few.
Bachelor Party pod was like a whole bunch of guys
That's
in
true.
there for 5 minutes.
Which would have been great if we had better mics and I wasn't fucking blackout drunk. I really fucking ruined that podcast. I'm sorry.
It's all gravy, dude. It's all cream, dude.
Documented. It's fine. It is what it is. You live and you learn.
Yeah, because I bought my microphone, the little lavalier, too late, so I use that for the video I did with my mom. But
yeah,
it would have been nice if we had something like that for that. But whatever.
It's all hindsight, dude.
Yeah.
So you gotta fuck up to learn, you know.
I mean, the thing is we got it done. You know, we never made excuses. We made the deadline.
We never missed a week, you fucks. We never missed a week.
Accomplishment. Every Sunday.
Every Sunday
morning.
Every Sunday morning. There's a new podcast.
And there would be days where we do the podcast at 11 in the morning on Sunday. You would have it done by 1, and I would have it uploaded to YouTube by like 8 p.m.
Yeah, not
There's
easy.
Other weeks when it's Saturday, it's 11:45 p.m. and I'm like scrambling to get it done because you can't premiere the same day. You have to do it the following day.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, man. But we never fucking missed a week, and we showed up every week. And sometimes it was not good, and sometimes it was great. That's the way it goes. There's a stinker in there every now and then. There's a fucking few bad weeks, but then there's some glorious weeks too. But you have to do it consistently, baby. And guess what? You think I wanted to roll out of bed at fucking 10 a.m. hungover as shit with nothing to talk about and go fucking walk over to my green screen room and talk to a bunch of strangers for fucking an hour about my own dick and balls? No. Did I? Fuck yeah, I did. It wasn't always good, but
we did it, dude.
We did
the damn thing.
We did the damn thing. Yeah, we showed up every week for you fucks. So thank you.
For the most part, it was fun. It was definitely stressful. I mean, at the like towards the end, like once we kind of called the end of it, and I was like, well, now I don't have to spend an hour doing the promos every week. Like that cut out like a good chunk of it, but it's it was a creamy time.
Yeah. Not too many haters directly. I'm sure that I'm curious to see like actually I'm not even curious. I know for a fact because I know how people are, and I know that when you try and do something creative, people that you know from your past think that you're fucking an idiot. I'm sure that everybody that I know from like high school I'm not friends with anymore thinks that I'm stupid for trying to do comedy. They all probably think I'm not funny. They all probably think, why does Josh think he can do a podcast? It's just, there's a lot of haters out there. Look, did you see that Josh kid and his friend Eric, remember from high school? Like they're trying to do a podcast now. They're like, I wonder how long that's going to last. And then sure enough, we're posting clips every week for an entire year. They're like, they're still trying to do this.
My Instagram is so flooded with Cream Pie Sundae. It would be the picture and then the short that I would choose every week. I would put that out there. But I mean, it's just a natural progression of stuff, dude. Because I mean, in high school, we'd make videos. And then beyond that, we'd make music. And then beyond that, it's like, we were going to work on a cartoon at one point. I know that didn't really take it off the ground at all, but it was tough. Just a
lot of work.
It's just the natural progression. You know, we were bound to do it. We did it. I think good
stepping stone, baby. Yeah, man. Would you ever, let me ask you this, staying on the topic here. Would you ever consider doing another podcast? Do you have any future plans to do a podcast for yourself or with somebody else, or a different style of podcast? Maybe you do your own once a month or something, you know?
I wouldn't mind doing like interview kind of stuff. Like I would like to, like the thing I did with my mom about her having breast cancer. I thought that was cool. I could do, like, I would love to have a conversation with my dad about him making hot rods and like his like 20s and 30s and all that shit. And I think that'd be cool to have, but I don't think I'll ever, not ever, but I don't think
no consistent show like this. Like
I think the podcast phase is done. I think I'm good with what I've done. I think I know how to do it by this point. So if I had to do it again, I can. But I think it's time to pull the
ripcord,
the anal beads, pull them right out.
Pull those anal beads right out of your ass.
Rip them right out.
I'm probably gonna start another one, and like I said, it's gonna revolve around me being able to take clips and try and get booked for some comedy shows. you know? Maybe some rants, maybe some guests. I don't know. Maybe I'll just mix it up, do whatever the fuck I want. Maybe it'll be called Joshua James Does Whatever the Fuck He Wants, the podcast.
I mean, that's the thing, dude. Nobody's grading you on it. That was the best thing about the whole podcast is that we got to do it up to our standards. There was nobody telling us what to do.
Yo, it's great. The internet's great. You can make your own content. You can do shit like this now pretty easily, by the way. It's a pain in the ass, but it's not like a lot of work. You know?
I think if you get into making your own video content for the comedy stuff, I think you'll do pretty well because even the video that you put together, I think you understand video editing probably pretty well for as little time as you've done it. You make pretty good content, dude. You really do.
Thank you, dude. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a maker of videos, but a consumer for the past 30 years. So, you know, I know what I like and stuff. Just try and recreate. I think I'm leaning towards something where I can do interviews and also reaction videos. I think reaction videos are great for social media. Like watching a video and reacting to it. It's a bit of a pain in the ass with copyright strikes on YouTube, but there's a lot of people that make a lot of reaction videos and, you know, like 1 out of every 100 gets taken down. They just have to dispute it and say it's a reaction because you're allowed to review things, you know, even if it's not yours. Like, for example, a news thing, you can like show a clip of a news person saying something and then tell the camera what you think about it. And that's totally allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or even like you can show a portion of a song and then pause the song and say what you think about it. You know, like Anthony fucking Fantano does reaction videos to every rap album. So it's like his videos don't get taken down. They have millions of views. He doesn't own the rights to any of that shit.
So I might as well ask you. So you made that AI stuff with Joe Rogan and Biden and Trump. Do you want me to put that at the very end of this video for the creamers to ride away on?
Yeah.
I'll put that right at the end of the video this week.
AI is wild, huh?
You guys will see, but Josh made an AI thing, and it's like all three of them are fucking brilliant, dude.
You know,
I was laughing my ass off. I was watching them.
I have to. You do it up to 300 words with the one I used. Yeah, and for Joe Biden to properly sound like he has a stutter, like he does in real life, I had to type "I" like 4 times. So it goes I. Yeah. Otherwise, it wouldn't sound accurate. So I had to like put spaces and commas and make it sound like he's a little fucked up for it to sound like real Joe Biden, you know?
Well, it's funny. The way you wrote out their dialogue is exactly how they would talk too.
Yeah. I had a great
pursuit for freedom.
I had a Ben Shapiro one. It wouldn't load, but I was going to do a Ben Shapiro one. Like, really? You mean to tell me that people don't like cream pie sundae? You know, something like that.
Yeah, I'll throw those in at the end, man. Those are pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, this might be the last fucking podcast ever by the rate AI is going now. Everyone's going to have a podcast in fucking a year.
Yeah, and they won't have to do it themselves. They can just type, like Joe Rogan, just type in, all right, I want to interview Muhammad Ali, and then they'll just upload that. You won't have to do shit.
We have enough fucking content of us talking now on the internet too, that we could probably have a model run through all our episodes and be able to completely duplicate our voices. How many hours do you need to duplicate your voice? We have 50. You know, like how long did William Shatner need to spend to get his voice, you know, recorded for future use? I think it was like 10 hours. We've done 50. It would be so accurate. AI. I guarantee AI in 5 years will be like, hey, go through all the old Cream Pie Sunday episodes and make me sound like 30-year-old Josh. Yeah. And then it'd just be like me, which is wild, you know? Yeah. It's funny though, you evolve over time and you change the way you talk. Like your vernacular changes a little bit here and there, little tweaks. It's like your brain evolves, you know? But like, for example, I don't say the word wicked anymore. I used to say it all the time. But leaving New England, people made fun of me for 2 months and then I stopped saying it. I never use wicked as an adjective anymore. Which is interesting.
I typed it out in a text the other day and I just felt lame for doing it.
My whole family, though, constantly, no, wicked fucking cold. Wicked, dude. Oh, that's wicked good.
Wicked good.
Wicked. Well, I guess you're not really from the Northeast per se. Is Wisconsin considered
strange.
the Northeast? It's more like mid.
Because the first time I ever heard it was freshman year of high school. They were talking about how, because they're like, so what's the differences between here and New Hampshire? I'm like, well, people say I sound weird. And
yeah,
you guys say wicked. And they're like, oh, you don't say wicked? I'm like, I only heard it in Finding Nemo. Like, that was it. Like, one of the guys, the turtle would say wicked, like, wicked.
Yeah, that's not the same way either.
That was it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've never heard the word.
Well, the Wicked Witch.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's like not even the same definition.
No, it's evil. It means evil.
Yeah.
In New Hampshire, it means really. Like, it's really cold. It's wicked cold.
Very, very.
Yeah. All right, man. You want to wrap this thing up for the last time?
One last cream, Papa. Bring it home.
It's been an adventure and a half, man. We've talked a lot about a lot of things that could easily get us canceled and piss people off, but it was all in the name of cream and all in the name of comedy. So suck it up. Thank you, everybody, once again. It's been great. You know, it's been a ride. And signing off the CPS podcast for the very last time. I'm Josh, and with me is Rick. Until the next life.
Stay creamy. Thank you for watching. See you at the next one.
See you in this life or the next, baby.
There we go. All right, man. We did it. Pop the champagne, Daddy. Woohoo!
Have you seen that podcast, Jamie? What's it called? I think it's Cream Pie Sundae. Yeah, it's Cream Pie Sundae, CPS. Normally virtual podcasts don't work, but they actually pull it off. Just two guys, straight cream and sun. Joe wants that sweet, sweet cream daddy.
It's like, that's the thing. It's cream pie. And cream pie is an American belief we all hold near and dear. It's on Sunday. It's Cream Pie Sunday. Friends, brothers, on a mission.
Well, it's official. I just got the news. It's, let's say, unfortunate, but the boys are doing their very last podcast. Dare I say it? Don't want to say it, but I will. Cream Pie Sunday was the best comedy podcast of 2023. I just said it. You like that? The greatest. Make cream great again, and God bless.